I tracked what I wore every single day for 4 months to truly see what I used and didn't use so that I can properly declutter my wardrobe. Hello, my name is Alex. I am a competitive stand-up paddleboard racer who is also doing a low buy year. So if you're interested in anything like that, please stick around. I'd love to have you. I'm gonna get right into it because there's a lot to go over. But let's start off with a very clear thing. I don't have a shopping addiction. I simply just wanted to remove clothes that I didn't wear, and I thought the best way to do it was to track everything that I wore just to really see. I'm a numbers person. I'm a statistics person. So I wanted to see, like, truly see what I wore and didn't wear instead of just mindlessly grabbing things out of my closet and be like, you know what? I don't really wear this. I'm going to explain really quickly what the timeline of this video is going to be. First, going to start talking about the stats, the before stats, before I started tracking my wardrobe. Then we're going to go through the decluttering process. I already decluttered everything that I'm not wearing. So I'm going to show you guys a process of me doing that. I'm going to go through the post stats, and then I'm going to go through my intentions with my wardrobe moving forward. And I highly recommend waiting till that because I have a lot to talk about that I do consider to be very important. So stick around for that. All right, let's start with the before stats. I started cataloging my wardrobe on September 16th, 2024. The actual process of cataloging everything wasn't that bad because I didn't have that many pieces of clothing. I think it took me like an hour to 2 hours to do. Super easy, super simple. If you have more than that, then I don't know what to tell you. It might be a little bit harder. I also used the app Wearing, so that's what I'm going to be using, and that's what I'm going to be referring to throughout the entire video. So at the beginning of me tracking my wardrobe, I had 85 items in my closet. This doesn't include jewelry, doesn't include bags, doesn't include shoes. This is just straight up clothes. Out of those 85 items, 84% were new and 16% were pre-loved, secondhand. Here you can see all of the colors that I had in my wardrobe, and honestly, this clocks. I feel so exposed right now. This is so but it's so crazy how even everything is. I have 25% white, 25% black, and then everything else is multiple colors. Not multiple colors because I mainly have green and blue in my wardrobe. And I think I did that on purpose, mainly because those are my two favorite colors. And also I can mix and match a lot easier. I have a capsule wardrobe, and it just so happens that I chose white, black, blue, and green to be my main colors of my wardrobe. Here you can see the most types of items that I own are t-shirts. Yeah, that sounds about right. I have an entire drawer that's just t-shirts. When it came to me cataloging my wardrobe, I basically at the end of the day just went onto the app, selected the day that I wanted to track, and added the clothing. Here you can see I have every single day logged and tracked for the past 4 something months. At this point, it's a little bit more than 4 months. And yeah, now let's get to the decluttering process. So let's go through them right now and see what I want to get rid of. And let's talk about what I've realized since I started this process. A few things to note: I've become very selective with the fabrics that I am putting on my body. There's a few of them that I can handle, the fabric, the type of fabric, but now I'm like, you know what? That's not something that I want to have on my body, whether it's uncomfortable, it doesn't breathe, what it's made out of. And then like everything else, there's just things that I never wore. Now looking at them, I'm realizing that I don't think I will wear them. So what I'm going to do is that I'm going to grab all the things that I haven't worn and I'm going to put them away. I'm going to tuck them away for another few months, and if I never reach for them, if I never grab them, then I will ultimately get rid of them in the next few months. This is my closet. Before we start, let's look at the stats for the time that I was tracking my wardrobe. So we completed this process, this experiment, with a total of 87 items in my closet, to which in the past 4/5 months that I've been cataloging my wardrobe, I have worn 85% of those clothing, which is really good. I'm really happy that I reached that. I was terrified of seeing like, oh, 50%, but that's not the case. Now let's go through the clothes that I haven't worn. These are the pieces of clothing that I will be putting away for the next few months to see if I ever search for them or reach for them. I'm using this new microphone that my brother gave me, and I wonder if it's like really like ASMR type or if it's just normal. All right, I basically don't even have to go through the list of things that I haven't worn because I already know what I don't wear. Let's start off with some of the workout stuff that I never wore. I have these leggings. As much as I want to get rid of them, I cannot get rid of them because they are the only paddling leggings that I have. I need a lot of water related clothes so I can be okay with putting clothing through the salt water, through sand, all that stuff. So I have specific workout clothing for that. That's one of them, and I cannot get rid of that one. Next one is this badass virus tank top. I used it for so long and I haven't reached for it recently, so we're definitely going to put this away and see if I ever reach for it again. My closet is small enough to where I know exactly what I have. So if I have a certain outfit in mind, or if I'm like, oh, this top would be perfect with this, then I would go for it. Next ones are these long sleeve squallow crop tops, also for paddling, and I used to use them a lot, but now the neckline is just so tight that I feel like I'm choking whenever I wear it, so I'm gonna put these away. Next one is this Under Armour tank top. I really like this, but I'm the type of person that when it comes to workout clothes, I don't like workout clothes that are super tight on me, and this is a top where if I gain even a little bit of weight, it gets just a little bit tighter, and I don't want something tight on my body when I'm working out, so we're putting that away. And lastly, another virus top. This is a green one. It's crop top, it's loose, it's open on the back, it's breathable. I love this top. I just haven't worn it. I do have another one of these that's blue that I wore once, and I do know that I wore this shirt a lot before I cataloged it. I'm gonna put this away, and if I don't reach for it in the next few months, then I will be getting rid of it. All right, that was all for workout clothing. There isn't really much in here. Okay, these shorts right here, I did wear them once or twice in the time that I was tracking my closet, but I hate them so much. I really do. So I do think I'm going to get rid of them. They're falling apart. Also, they're Adidas shorts, and I don't think you'd even be able to tell that they're Adidas shorts because the Adidas logo has fallen off. All right, this top, I love it so much. I got it earlier in 2024. I like it a lot, but I don't wear it, don't reach for it. I only wore it once in the time that I was tracking my closet. It just doesn't fit my body how I like it. And I thought I was going to love it. I thought I would suck it up and like it and appreciate it, but I don't like it on my body. If you don't like it on your body, why keep it? Okay, now we're going to get into the ones that are right here. I already know the ones that I didn't wear, so I want to grab them right now. These two tops, they are what I consider to be going out top. I got them in 2022, and I tell myself, I'm like, oh, well, I want them to go out. What if I want to go out? And I will wear these. But I've been going out more recently than usual, and I have not reached for these. So we will be putting these away. These are dresses, and I don't have many dresses, but these are ones that I don't think I'm going to put away simply because these are for fancy things where I need to dress up a little bit. I'll wear them. So I have this dress from Old Navy that I've had since 2019. It still fits, guys. And then this one I've had since 2023, and it's Calvin Klein. This one I did not wear. It is from Altered State. It was so expensive. I got it in 2023, and when I got it, it was literally the most amazing thing ever. I loved it so much. It was literally my Pinterest board. But this dress, I can barely wear it anywhere just because it's so dressy and the sleeves are so poofy. I'd much rather a dress that is a little bit more casual than this, like a white dress. So I will be putting this away, and if I don't reach for it in the next few months, then I will be selling it or giving it away. Okay, there's a few more things in here. These pants, they're from H&M. They're supposed to be like my fancy pants, like black pants. They are such bad quality. They don't stretch. They don't fit my body type. And the seam is coming apart right in the crotch, like it's stretching. So I really don't want to be caught wearing this and there be a hole. I don't really want that. So I think I'll be getting rid of this. And if I need nicer black pants, then I will find something better. It's better quality and will last longer. What else is there? Guys, should we get rid of this? Oh my god, I think we should because I don't wear it anymore. Yeah, I should probably get rid of this. This wasn't on my closet cataloging at all, but I should probably get rid of this. Proceeds to put it back. The last one is this bad boy. I have worn this thing on and off for several years. I think I got it in 2018, 2019. My mom got it for me. I just haven't worn it recently. There's so much fabric to it. It's just so heavy. And I also do want to make a transition towards more clothing like this in my wardrobe. So it's kind of like I want to get rid of you because I don't wear you, but also this is what I want my wardrobe to be more like in the future. But also you're really heavy, but also you're really cute. I will be putting this away for a bit just to see if I ever reach for it. Everything else though, for now, I will keep and I will have in my wardrobe. So I think it is time to go through the app and get rid of everything and kind of see what the stats are looking like now. So the app has this thing where you can archive certain pieces of clothing, so you can just remove it from your closet, from like your current closet. So it's still there just in case you want to reactivate it, but it doesn't show up in any of your stats. I definitely agree with the fact of putting things away for a little bit instead of immediately getting rid of it, because obviously us as people, we go through seasons not only with the weather but also seasons of life, and there's things that for maybe a few months you don't like, and then for other months you're like, oh my god, this is the best thing in the entire world. I know that there's pieces in my closet that there's times I will go months without wearing, and then other times I will use it every other day. So I definitely think it is important to put stuff aside, not actually fully get rid of it, just like to sit and process with the fact that it's not in your closet. And if a few months later you feel a genuine missing of of that item, then you can take it back. A lot of the clothes that I'm getting rid of are just for the fact that I don't wear them, and then also for the fact that they don't feel comfortable on my body, and I definitely want to start wearing items that are more comfortable on my body and I like wearing. I like having pieces of clothing that if I have to wear them, at least I will like wearing them. Another thing, I have so many t-shirts, and there's this one t-shirt right here that is just fully white, and it's a great t-shirt, I'm not gonna lie, but I have so many t-shirts that if I had to grab a t-shirt, I am not reaching for this one. Like I said, it's an amazing shirt, but I just don't wear it. I think I will be getting rid of it. When you are decluttering your wardrobe, you really have to just accept the fact that, like, hey, a lot of these clothes could be good quality, they could be clean, they could do all these things, but if you don't wear them, there's no point in it staying in your closet taking up space. And there's also definitely a lot of guilt that comes with that. Obviously, it's like, oh, this is an amazing piece of clothing, this cost a lot of money, it's great, I just don't wear it. And I think we just have to be able to let go of that guilt and be like, you know what, you don't wear it, someone else might wear it. You can also learn through that process. All right, I just archived all of my pieces of clothing that I haven't worn in the past 4 months, plus a few things that I have worn I just don't want. I'm currently at 95% when it comes to wardrobe usage. So I now have a total of 74 items in my closet. I now only have 4 items that I haven't worn. But yeah, this feels nice. I feel a little bit lighter. My closet is definitely lightening up. It's getting a lot more clear. I can see more things better. That's it for now. Now, currently, as I'm recording, I have gotten rid of a few more pieces of clothing and I have introduced a few more pieces of clothing into my wardrobe. So stats have changed just slightly. So I just want to tell you what they are right now. I currently have 74 items. 86% are new, 14% are pre-loved. I currently use 96% of my wardrobe, which is pretty neat. And now currently my color pie chart is a little bit wonky now. It seems as though I am reducing the amount of white clothes that I have, and now I have more black and dark blue pieces of clothing. Now let's go through my top 10 worn pieces of items and my top 10 least worn pieces of items currently to date. As you can see, my most worn items are a mix of loungewear and layering. So I have a few cardigans, sweatshirts. I also have just casual shorts that I wear in the house. And then you can see that I have one item of clothing that is for sports and outerwear. And then in my least worn pieces of clothing, I have mainly dress up clothing because I don't really dress up that much. A few t-shirts, a few workout clothes, and then there's just one piece right here that I literally just got. So that's why it is in this stat, just because I haven't worn it enough times. But yeah, those are my stats. Those are my current stats. Those are my most worn items and least worn items. Now I want to go through my intentions moving forward with curating my wardrobe. I do feel like that I am still discovering my style and understanding who I am, because I am pretty young. Like I mentioned at the beginning of the video and also have been talking about on my channel, is that I am currently doing a low buy year. And currently in my low buy year rules, I am only allowed 5 new items of clothing. That doesn't include secondhand, but everything that I introduce into my life has to be at least 50% cotton, linen, any sort of organic material. It cannot be more than 50% polyester. And the reason I decided to do this was because I had a wake-up call in 2024, and it was because of this sweatshirt, and I think it's kind of fitting that I am wearing this for this video. But basically I got it from Hollister, and it wasn't until a little bit later I checked the tag and I realized that it was 100% plastic. And that was something that I never really checked or really felt like I had to check. I had never shopped at Hollister before, and so for some reason in my mind, I'm like, oh, I've never seen Hollister before. It's not like H&M. It's not like Forever 21. Like, this is nicer quality clothing. I don't know why. I've never gone into a Hollister before. So thinking that I was making a better choice and then realizing that that was not the case was definitely a big wake-up call. And so I went into the new year with the intention to try to buy more organic materials. Not to mention, plastic clothing are endocrine disruptors. You are literally being exposed to chemically filled fabric. I know someone who used to work in the fast fashion industry, and their colleagues literally would have chemical burns on their hands because of them constantly touching this fabric. And then every time you wash it, microplastics are released, go into our waterways, go into our water system, and then in turn we eat that, we consume consume that. And not to mention that that item of clothing will be on the planet for way longer than you will ever be. And then I had my most recent wake up call, which was literally yesterday. I was going through my most used items in preparation for this video, and I decided to go through all of my clothing of the top 10 things that I wore and look at the tags and see what they were made out of. There were 3 that I couldn't tell what they were. Either the tag was ripped off or they just didn't have a tag, but out of the 7 items that I could see the labels of, 6 out of 7 of those items contained synthetic fibers. 3 of them were 100% synthetic fibers. 3 of them were a mix between cotton and synthetic fibers. And out of all of those 7, there was only 1 that was 100% cotton. And this was a really big wake-up call because the items that were 100% plastic are my loungewear, aka the things that I wear on a regular basis, that I wear every single day. And I do not want that on my body. I've been wearing those things for years. I also want to talk about a little bit of recent fashion news. I learned about this through the YouTuber Katie Robinson. She makes amazing commentary videos about fashion, environmental sustainability, and fashion, and all that stuff. I learned everything that I'm going to talk about right now through her. If you want to watch her video, I highly recommend to watch it because I'm only going to gloss over a few things, but she really goes into depth as to everything that is happening, and I honestly believe that she'll be able to explain it a lot better than I will. The first thing that I want to talk about is the Ghana fire. On January 1st, 2025, the Kantamanto market, located in West Africa and Ghana, which is the largest secondhand market in the world, burst into flames and majority of it was burnt down. And the situation was devastating to the economy, to the livelihoods of many of the vendors there. And it really brought into attention how much Ghana is really overflowing with the amount of secondhand items. About a year ago, The Guardian released an article calling Ghana a death pit for secondhand clothing. Not to mention that the largest brands that you would find in this market have not contributed to the relief efforts since the fire. And this really goes to show how donating your clothes really does nothing. Only about 20% of the items that are donated actually get resold. Another news piece is that recently a new report came out about quote-unquote ethical cotton farms in India. Turns out that these ethical cotton farms were not in fact ethical and were actually using child labor. And the cotton that was being produced at these farms have been linked to multiple companies, including Inditex, which owns Zara, H&M, Gap, and Amazon, all of which I own clothing from. And if we're going back to the most used items that I wore in my closet, the number 1 that was 100% cotton was Gap. So even though I had a 100% cotton item of clothing in my wardrobe, as you can see, the Gap is being linked to unethical cotton production. Now that is a lot, right? And I'm not going to sit here and say that I am perfect. I am literally showing you how I am not perfect. But it is honestly amazing how my low buy year has managed to make me learn about these things, because I don't think I would have learned about these things otherwise had I not been trying to find more ethically produced clothing because of my rules. And I completely understand that plastic clothing is a lot cheaper. There's a lot of people that cannot afford ethically made pieces of clothing. Every time I look at the price tag, I'm like, oh my god, that's a lot. And while those prices are definitely reasonable because they're made with ethically produced items, they're made with fair labor, our economy has put us into a position to where we cannot afford those ethically made clothing. So I also don't want to sit here and make you feel bad for buying things, but I also want to encourage you to try to make more ethically conscious decisions. And I think the most ethically conscious decision that you can make is not buying. Don't buy things unless you absolutely need it. I'm going to continue to catalog my wardrobe just to see what I use and what I don't, but also seriously paying attention to what I'm introducing into my life and what I am putting on my body. A chunk of my clothes are plastic. I am going to continue wearing them, but I also know that in the future I am not going to allow myself to buy more plastic items. Okay, that is all. I don't want to end on a downer, but I also want to talk about things. I want to be open about this stuff. So yeah, thank you so much for watching. If you want to see more of me, I post lifestyle content, I post travel content, I post things about my low buy year and my experiences and all that stuff. So if you want to subscribe, definitely subscribe. If you liked the video, like the video. If you want to share your opinion on anything that I talked about on this video, feel free to comment, and I hope to see you guys in the next one. Bye bye.